Hello and welcome to Single Player Showcase, a series where we look at new games that have come out and play them and explore them and talk about them. I'm Mark Robinson and I'm currently burning alive in my bedroom at the moment because it's far too hot outside. So we're going to sit indoors and we're going to play some Kairo, a game that was created by Richard Perrin and was released over the last day or two on Steam. It's currently $3.99, 20% off. Kairo is a first-person exploration puzzle game, and the story, or what you're supposed to do, is abstract as hell. I've played about 20 to 30 minutes of it once or twice over, and I got no idea what's going on. But that's part of the charm of it. It has a very simplistic visual style. Architecture is all very blocky, apart from there are certain bits which make them stand out all that much more, and it's interesting. The purpose of it, or what it's supposed to be, I don't know, but that's what Richard Perrin was clearly going for. So when stuff like this is made, really it comes down to how the designer points you in the right direction without telling you, or gives you some idea what's going on without telling you, through words and that sort of stuff. So we'll just kind of crack on. The game has a very, as I said, simplistic style, but it's atmospheric as hell. The music is really good, very unsettling. Has a little bit of that Silent Hill aura about it in terms of the atmosphere, in correlation with the music, and there's bits where there's kind of static white noise visually and through the audio. So this is the first place we come to after the start. I don't know what this building could be, whether it's like a hub to somewhere else, or it's an interdimensional kind of thing, because the way you get around from environment to environment is with these portals. So I don't know whether it's the whole Bioshock Infinite multiverse shtick that I think is going to be getting quite popular over the next couple of months or so, or over the next year or so. So in here, again, you can see how that atmosphere is, it kind of kicks in. You've got really nice particle effects, you've got the lights, they come down from the outside looking in. And it just has a really nice feel to it. Even though, again, it's all very simplistic visually. So we have these symbols, or this symbol, and I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a tree. I've read about the game having something to do perhaps with earth, wind, fire, water. Perhaps, I don't know. There is a slight sort of spiritual aura and element to it, especially with things like that. So this comes down here, you can push that, and hey presto, there is our first puzzle. And I think that is supposed to show that if you see that tree, there is a puzzle at hand. And this is, again, this is where that kind of Silent Hill vibe really kicks in. I think that is blood, I'm not sure. You can hear that music, and you can just sense that something doesn't feel right. Obviously you've got that background noise with what sounds like a kind of a phone conversation, or an old television playing in the background. And obviously you've got this just black environment that gives you no clues to where you are, how far high up you are, and it's really cool. And then you have this as well, just to give you some sense that maybe there's some sort of supernatural force at hand. So this is a very telling room that doesn't actually tell you a lot, but it still gives you a real sense of what's going on and where you might be. I think it's very well done. And as you can see there's another puzzle. I've done it a couple of times, so I probably should have explained it, but we're just going to crack on. So here is what I think is actually kind of a central hub to the game, because up in that area there is a couple of portals to different areas, but we can just have a look around, and it's really weird to describe what this is, whether it's like a garden or what exactly. But visually, it looks really interesting. And again, there's been blog posts about what this room represents, and get up here. And apparently, there's this stack of blocks on the right here supposed to look like a tsunami, and there's like a mushroom cloud potentially. And I don't know whether there's people looking in too deep into things, but it's really cool when people do that anyway. So this is where, when I looked at it, I was thinking of some sort of alien artifact or architecture. I don't know, circles. I watched Rings once. Blame Mel Gibson. Not Rings, Signs. Not big on my films. I don't want to go that way first. I want to go this way, because there are other things I want to look at first. So if we go into this room first, here we go. Right, so this looks like, and certainly feels like a mausoleum. As you can see, there's all these coffins, and the where the name would be, there is that static white noise effect, and I don't know what any of it means. And I've been trying to figure out exactly what, if any, puzzle there is in this room. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that means. More white noise. More white noise. Any sort of symbols or clues? Not a damn thing. Never mind, we'll just keep trucking along. And that's us looking into the view of the view of the view of the view of the view. Why not? Again, so there's that tree up there, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It's just going to crack on. Now this room, I really like this room because it has, there's these buttons, by the way, that I don't know what they do. This room visually reminds me of Journey, in that it would use big, basic objects, but they would represent, and I'm going to sneeze. Thank you, summer. Thank you, hay fever. And they sort of represent what obviously is a waterfall. And it's the idea of using basic geometry to make something sort of organic looking, and I like that. Again, there's a puzzle in here. I don't know what it is. These buttons, I don't know if they're supposed to be pressed in a specific combination. It's a little too abstract for my liking. I like mind benders, but I've got no idea what's going on here. But again, that tree, I'm guessing, represents something about whether it's a puzzle or something along those lines. But then we go into this room and there's no tree, and I know there's a puzzle in this next room, so I got no idea what's going on. Anyway, there are these triangles, and this one in particular is actually broken, as you can see by these gears here. And there's a triangle in the middle of the room, so you just want to get all the lights connected up. It's a little bit Spirit Temple, Ocarina of Time, but I like that game, so that works for me. So as you can see, that does a not so convincing job of telling you that the gears are locked up, but regardless, the other three buttons in the room need to be manually pressed, so we will do that. There's a nice, the sound, you know, it's a good audio clue, or an audio cue maybe, that obviously you have done something, you have interacted with something in the environment. I would like it if these lights were a little bit quicker though. regardless. Last one. Boom, motherfucker! And as you can see in the top left corner, you saw it very briefly there. In fact, a little bit too briefly, because if you weren't looking, you'd probably be obviously looking at this, because your eyes would avert to sort of the key change in the room. You would have noticed there was 4 symbols in the top left corner, and one of them filled in to obviously represent that you had done something. And again, this comes down to what I think might be to do with the earth, wind, fire, water, sun, whatever combination it is. Anyway, we will move on. And this moves us upstairs from that prior room, because we can see that beam shoots up there. And I really like this environment here, because like spatially it's really big. It reminds me a little bit perhaps of like a Roman Colosseum. It's like kind of big environments, but it's abstract as hell, so you can get anything out of it. Other than, say, it's obviously not a sequel to a Kirby game. Over here, there's this piece of architecture, and as you get closer to it, the screen goes all a bit mental, and there's that white noise. So we're going to avoid that and make our way this way, up to what's over here. I don't quite like how you go up these stairs. It's a little bit jarring. I'm sure there's a way to make that seem a little bit smoother, but it's one of the minor complaints of the game. It's hard to complain about a game like this because it's hard to really know whether it's good or bad because it's that abstract. But this brings us back into the room before, and as you can see now, there's this beam here. So the other rooms with the other puzzles, obviously there's something that needs to be done with them, but I don't really know what it is. Huh. Well, this is a little bit Samurai Jack. So what have we got going on here? There is that constant feeling that something is going to come out and attack, but I really don't think that happens. And I think it would break the flow of what this game does. What the hell? Well, this is creepy. This is really creepy. I want to get down from here. That was really fucking creepy. Which way did we come from? We'll carry on this way, perhaps. Right, I'm more than good to get the fuck out of here. Whoa! Yep, you're one of those. You're just taking every gimmick from Ocarina of Time. At least I ain't got to deal with that bloody music. Na 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 na. Yeah, that music. Just let me get to the tree. Just Let me get... No. Play nicely. Okay. Well, that wasn't too stressful. Right, that's 2 pieces of the puzzle figured out. At points it does look a little bit Minecraft. Alright, another beam of sorts. And there's the tree again. Huh. Well, that wasn't exactly the most taxing puzzle I've ever had to do. Now I just got no idea what's going on. Alright, so you want the middle one first? And then the one after that. Okay. I got this. I got this. I don't know if this is on a timer. I hope not. Huzzah! I think I'm going to get the fuck out of here before something blows up. La da 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 da. Oh, good. More Minecraft. And blocks that go up in a vertical fashion. And a horizontal fashion, apparently. What is this game supposed to be? Besides creepy as hell. Okay, cool, we're back in the first room, and I don't know if there's electricity running with that now. But I've seen that tree there. Okay, well, yeah, I think we can leave it here. So this is Kairo. It's currently on Steam. It's quite weird, but it's got some very, very unique things about it, and is probably worth checking out. So yeah, comes with my recommendation, and we'll see you again next time.